Dear students, today I am going to discuss about the story The Fly. It is the new addition of the syllabus of class 11. The writer of the story is Catherine Mansfield. Catherine Mansfield was a New Zealander and known as Kiwis. She was born on 14th October in 1888. She was the third daughter of Harold and Annie Beauchamp. She was a poet, a critic, and short story writer. She wrote a number of short story, poems, etc. Actually, she was a prolific writer. Now, the story, The Fly, in the story, we have seen some characters. The characters are Mr. Woodyfield, a retired person, the boss, a person who maintains his office, Messi, the main office clerk, the fly, the symbolic character, Gratitude, the daughter of Mr. Woodyfield, Reggie, the only son of Mr. Woodyfield, who was killed in First World War. In the story, we have seen Mr. Woodyfield, who was a retired person and old. He was not allowed to go out as he was a stroke patient. Only Tuesday is the day for him when he was allowed to go out. On that day, Mr. Woodyfield went to the office of the boss where he worked. There he was not allowed as he was too old, though Mr. Woodyfield was not too old like the boss, but the boss looked smart and young rather than Mr. Woodyfield. In the office, Mr. Woodyfield described the story of his son Mr. Reggie, how he was killed in the First World War, and his daughters went to visit Belgium where they found the grave of Reggie, and they also found the grave of the son of the boss who was also killed in the First World War. But he also mentioned that the daughter of Mr. Woodyfield, who whose name was Gratitude, bought a small pot of jam from a hotel and they took 10 francs from her. And according to Mr. Woodyfield, it was the work of a robbery of the persons who visited the place. And then it seemed that the boss did not notice or listen to the description of Mr. Woodyfield. Then he only noticed the picture on the table he had. And then he also took out a bottle whose label showed that it was the bottle of whiskey, and Mr. Woodyfield wished to eager to take or sip the whiskey, and it was better for him, and he also warned the boss that he should not apply water in it as it would spoil the temper of whiskey. Now they shift the whiskey and discussed about their personal matters. Even the boss was too sad about thinking of his son, and Mr. Woodfield then left the place, and then an incident occurred that a fly came and sat in the ink pot of the boss. The boss tried to put it or take out it from the ink pot and try to put it on the blotting paper, and when it tried to clear its ink from wings and legs, then it tried to fly, but the boss did not allow it fly, and he saw how the fly struggled for survive, and then it tried to fly, and then the boss used a pen and took a drop of ink from the pot and fell on the body of the fly, and the fly again tried to survive, but later it was killed there, and then the boss thought how his only son tried to save in the battlefront, and he felt sorry, and finally he left the dead fly into the bins. Thank you. I will make 3 videos on these topics in Bengali and English, and I will also discuss some questions of the story. Please don't let to subscribe. Please like it and subscribe early.